American should do.
All right, hey everybody, hey, this is Dave with Redneckanize Radio. You can call in 516-387-1733. We're live here every Sunday evening, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Be sure to go check out our website, redneckanize.com, or go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate everybody doing that for us. And don't forget to go over to truckingshow.com and register for the truck show. That's truckingshow.com. That's in March 24th. We're going to have a booth there. We're going to be at 74108. That's booth number 74108. We're really excited about that. We still plan on being in the parking lot and doing everything we do out there, and we're just kind of trying to expand and just make everybody know and bring the word of Redneckanize out to the world. Because when everything goes wrong and the job still has to get done, you've got to Redneckanize. So we really, really appreciate everybody's support on that. And don't forget to take one of our great sponsors, and that's DPF Regeneration. Those guys have been with us for a while. It's several years now. You can check them out, dpfregeneration.com. They're the ones, they got the special where they clean all the particulate filters. Well, they also sell all the different diesel filters, SCR units, EGR coolers, catalyst mufflers, all that stuff. And they got a lot of knowledge. They've been in the diesel business for a really long time. So make sure you go check them out. That's dpfregeneration.com, or you can give them a call at 800-634-3010. And when you talk to them, make sure you tell them you appreciate Redneckanize, because we really do appreciate them. So we were just talking about, earlier we were talking about Central Freight Lines closing down, and we were also talking about the crash, the horrible Colorado crash back in April 2019 that killed 4 people. The driver got sentenced to 110 years, and we were just talking about that too. And then on a lighter note, we were just trying to see how everybody's Christmas is going. A lot of drivers struggle to get home during the holidays, and we were just thinking that when a driver gets home, they that's when Christmas starts. It's not just one day, and it's not even just Christmas Eve, Christmas night. It's like any time a driver gets home, and especially if they want to take a long time off. A lot of drivers schedule like taking the whole week, or they might even take 2 weeks, where they get home like maybe on the 20th, and they don't go back out till the 2nd or 3rd. Because they want to spend that time with the family, especially when they're football fans. And of course, you got a lot of football going on. Or, there might be something to do with going hunting or fishing or something. Drivers, like I said, they take advantage of taking that time off. Now, a lot of companies will tell you that they get a little busy this time of year. And a lot of drivers these days, because they say there's a driver shortage. Well, drivers are just saying, you know what? No, I'm going home. And I think that carriers should do their best to do that. I think carriers need to say, you know what, Walmart? You know what, Kmart? You should have ordered that stuff a while back. And you see that now, too. People out there go shopping. If you are back there, and we know you're doing it, don't tell us you're not. We know you are trying to avoid all of the chaos in the front parking lot of a Walmart or a shopping mall or whatever, and you try to go out the back where, there might not be any cars, but there's trucks. And guess what? We're trying to maneuver and back up and swap trailers or make deliveries and take tight corners. And here you are coming around here trying to get away from traffic, blocking everything up. But you see that back there. You see trucks, and what they're doing is they're delivering that crap so you can go buy it. Anywhere it is, grocery stores, shopping malls, Walmarts, Targets, whatever. And what I've noticed a lot, is during this time of year, what these Walmart stores will do is they'll get these shipping containers, which, you see that looks like a big truck van with no tires, no wheels on it. It's just sitting on the ground. You can buy those. You can rent those. And it's like storage units that are portable, and they're huge. They're like 50 foot long or whatever. And what they'll do is they'll get all of the toys or supplies or Christmas stuff shipped to them back in August, September, and then they'll put it in those containers because they don't have any space in the store. And then when it comes time to put it out to sell it, then they put it out there. Because what happens is during this time of year, it becomes really hard to get stuff shipped to you exactly when you need it. We used to do that. I remember everybody out there driving truck for, these bigger companies remembers how Walmart, they call it a Blitz. And what had happened was they used to do it on a Black Friday to where they would hold everything in trailers for those big sales for Black Friday. And the store managers weren't even supposed to know what were in the trailers. And those trailers would be loaded at like these docks on, back down in Houston, Baytown, that kind of area, or in California, Long Beach and everything. And then they would get shipped to the big facilities like Swift or Schneider and be sitting on their yard for a month at a time and could not be delivered until either Thursday night or Friday morning of Black Friday after Thanksgiving. And it was like a mass just run. And they would say, we need drivers to come back, make sure you come back from your Thanksgiving break, or, you can't take Thanksgiving off. They used to do that. And, the drivers were like, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm going home. I'm taking my time off. And so Walmart doesn't do that anymore. Now, a lot of that has to do with, a lot of online stuff. So it's like, you can order it online now, so they don't need to have everything at the store. They can ship it either by mail or UPS or whatever, whenever you order it from their warehouse. So it's not a big deal to them to do that no more. but it used to be. And then I think that it's good that the drivers were like, I'm going home. I ain't doing it. And it was hard. I mean, I remember there would be trailers sitting at the yards of these big companies, and they couldn't get them delivered because they didn't have any drivers. And that was back then. That was back in the 90s and 2000s. So I think that stopped. I don't see that happening as much anymore. I still see that it's busy. It's busy, but not like it was. And a lot of drivers, I'm going home, taking time off. So that's the way that goes. And like I said, I hope drivers get home as much as they can. It's really good to get home, see family. I know, even if you don't have family, if you got friends, someplace to be, maybe somebody, I just got done. You know what I did? I was flipping through the channels one morning, and that movie Scrooge was on, and at the end of it, I caught the end of it, and he was really good about it. It's like, call up an old army buddy, or somebody you went to school with, somebody that you may have been best friends with before and haven't been best friends since, and call them up and say, hey, what's going on? And if you don't have any family, maybe they, I wouldn't say that, hey, can I come hang out with you? I wouldn't say that, but hey, maybe they want you to. They say, hey, where you at? And I'm like, oh, here by myself. And they're like, hey, come on over. That's what Christmas does to people, and it's awesome. So I say, call up people, even though you might think that they might be busy. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're just like you. Maybe they're sitting at home looking for somebody to hang out with. Or they just lost a loved one earlier that year and that kind of thing. So it's one of those things. Reach out. That's what I'll say is during the holidays, reach out and be part of something special. You never know. So yeah, that's what we did. Redneckanize. We decided to go to the truck show, and it just so happens that all of us decided to go to the truck show at the same time. It's like, this is my first year. This is my first year too. This is my first year too. And the rest is history. And that was back in 2012. And it's, that's amazing to me. Everybody that I've told that to said that's pretty amazing. So now we do this. We get out to the truck show. We set up a tent. We cook food. We provide an area for the drivers to hang out. Bring your own chair, but hang out and meet great, make good friends, make great friends. We do that every year. Is get down there. Of course, since COVID, well, this is another thing. COVID, right? We thought everything was over, and to me, everything is over. But New York, okay, the New York State, I think according to somebody said it. I think New York Times put out an article. New York State has the most vaccinated people in the whole state of New York. Okay, this new Omicron variant has now. I mean, it's more transmissible, so a lot of people catch it. Even if you're vaccinated, you catch it because it's out there. It wants to be spread. Okay, but you're not going to get sick because you've been vaccinated, or you've gotten the first COVID and you got over it, and now you're immune to most of everything. And if you get even if you get the Delta or even the Omicron, then nothing's going to happen. You're fine. Okay, but the state of New York said, hey, we're having an issue. We've got spiking cases again. We've got twice as many cases of Omicron than we did of the first. I mean, like they had this week, like Wednesday or Thursday, they said today was the most new cases of COVID in the whole pandemic time, like the most in one day. But you only got so many people living in that city, or the state. So what the hell? But this what happened. The Radio City Music Hall, which has like a holiday special every year, it's been going on for like 100 years. Well, they canceled it. It's canceled now. Done. Over. They don't want it no more because of the spike in COVID cases. Nobody's really getting that sick. Nobody's having to go to the hospital. No one has died in the United States from Omicron. But they canceled the show. A tradition. They canceled it. And then the NBA and the NHL, which the NBA is like super vaccinated, and the NHL have all issued more restrictions. In fact, there was a commentator saying that the season could come to a stop. They may have to start moving some games around. The NFL did move games around. They had some spike in cases, so they started moving games around. They're going to be playing games. They're going to have 2 games tomorrow night in the NFL, Monday Night Football, and they're going to have 2 games on Tuesday. And I think even more later on, because they wanted to avoid the spread. They wanted to stop the spread, so they changed how many games they're going to play and who's going to be around and all that stuff. But then today, they're like, you know what, this is stupid. They already scheduled the game, so they're still going to do that. But they announced today, the NFL said they're only going to test, they were doing daily testing of everyone. And that's why you had I'm a big Cowboy fan. A lot of Cowboy coaches had to sit out the game. Even the head coach couldn't be at the game because they tested positive for COVID. I mean, He's probably the most unhealthy person on that sideline, and he's got COVID and he's fine, but he can't be at the game because he's going to be around, 20-something-year-old super athletes. So it's like, you can't be there. You can't hang out with them people that are young and super healthy. You can't hang out with those people. You got COVID. So they're not going to stop doing that. They're only going to test now. They're only going to test people that have not been vaccinated or are showing symptoms. That's the only people they're going to test now. Hey, it's a lot better than what they were doing, which was testing every single person. I just hope that when these businesses sit down, and I mean, if you're a business and you're not getting the government to pay for everything, so we know what happened was the government was paying for all the vaccines. I'm sure that the vaccinations for the NBA and for the NFL were probably paid for by the U.S. government, which is silly. But I don't know about the testing. I don't know if testing was being paid for. It might have been because, I mean, you can go down to a local Walgreens or whatever and get tested, and I think that's government funded. So, why wouldn't a multi-million-dollar business that wants to test its employees every day, why shouldn't they take advantage of the government's generosity and get all that paid for? So there you go. Again, we talked about it earlier. The government is God. The government is your savior. The government is your problem solver. And again, the government steals your money and spends it on stupid crap like that. So that's all I got to say. Crazy. But yeah, let's go. Let's see what you're talking about, and we'll keep going.